Hey guys, it's Cecile. Welcome back to my channel. If you guys don't know me, I'm an incoming freshman at Brown University, double majoring in biology and history as a pre-med. And like I've said in pretty much all of my recent videos, the reason I keep saying incoming freshman is because Brown's doing a trimester plan this year just because of the coronavirus and everything. So basically freshmen are going to be in the spring and summer trimesters. So technically I'm not really enrolled in college right now, and that's why all my YouTube videos are from the comfort of my own home, I guess. I'm really sad about it, but also COVID. So, ugh. But anyways, yeah, we have like a free class this fall and everything. So I'm like a Brown student, but I'm not really a Brown student. So like, I don't really know. It's kind of weird, but yeah. Anyways, I basically made this channel to share with you guys the advice I wish people had told me when I was in high school, basically trying to juggle everything and take on so many responsibilities while also applying to college. So if that sounds interesting to you, subscribe below to my channel and hit the bell to keep up with every new video I post. So as you guys know from this title, this video is basically all about why I chose Brown out of all the other universities out there, basically. I've been getting this question a lot through my DMs, and I keep like sending the same like bullet pointed list over and over again, so I thought I might as well make a video on this since people care so much. But honestly, I think it's interesting to hear about why other people chose a school, especially when you're choosing whether to ED to that school or not, or whether to even apply there or not. So I thought that my perspective as a person interested in the humanities and STEM, a person who's hoping to become a doctor in the future, would be really useful to some of you guys out there as you contemplate whether to apply to Brown by November 1st or to apply to Brown at all. So I'm kind of lazy, so I'm not really gonna make a numbered list or anything. I'm just gonna talk as it comes to me, and that's gonna basically justify my explanation for this video. So anyways, let's get started because there's honestly nothing else I have to talk about in this introduction. Okay, so first things first, Brown is a quirky school, and I absolutely love that. I feel like Brown is honestly like the best place for me because of the fact that I'm interested in such weird things, but also interested in so many different things. And you'll meet other students that are all interested in really awesome things and really interdisciplinary studies there. So I really love the fact that Brown is so welcoming in that nature, especially with the quirky side and everything. It's basically like the chill U Chicago. Like if you like the vibes of U Chicago, but you don't like the stress and the fact that it's called like the place where fun goes to die and everything, just come to Brown. We were actually named #1 in the nation for happiness a couple years ago, and recently we were named #1 in the nation for undergraduate teaching for this year. Our teaching is really good, mostly because of the fact that our graduate schools don't get as much attention as the undergraduate schools do. But for that reason, like, it's just such a great environment, especially for students. And although I'm not there like in person and everything, I'm still taking a class right now, and I can tell you that definitely reflects in the teacher and his lectures. Everyone's like really welcoming, and I feel like it's not really a place where you're afraid to speak up during class and stuff. People are willing to listen to what you have to say, and teachers especially are really open and friendly during office hours. Honestly, I love office hours, guys. Like, it's so cool to go in there and just have a conversation about like anything with your professor, and they're just so passionate about what they're teaching. And honestly, this isn't like specific just to Brown, but like I love it and I think it's really cool. So that's just an experience I've had so far. Back to what I was saying before I went on that tangent. Basically, this quirky curriculum basically sets you up to do what you are passionate about and not feel judged about doing it. And the open curriculum is a big reason for that. Not having any general requirements is so relieving, especially as a pre-med, because the fact is that I have to take so many required pre-med courses like chemistry, biology, physics, math, like all these things for a certain number of semesters. And I also have to study for the MCAT and do so many other things. So if I had general education requirements and my pre-med requirements and my concentration requirements, I would basically have my college 4 years like set up for me without me even having like input on the classes that I take besides my concentration. But at Brown, without having those general education requirements, I feel like I can explore a little. I can take classes in subjects that aren't just like limited to what I'm doing right now. And that's super relieving. Like, I'm looking at taking this one class called the Philosophy of Food, and I'm also looking at taking Arabic again. And there's just like so many things that I can do that I wouldn't have the opportunity to do at other schools because I would have so many like general education requirements or so many core curriculum requirements. And the fact that Brown just lets you direct your own learning and basically do things yourself and choose what you actually want to take makes it such a great environment. Like, you can walk into your class knowing that the other students in that class actually willingly want to be there, like unless they have a concentration requirement of some sort, because otherwise there's really no point for you to be in a class you don't want to be in, because there's no obligation for you to be there, unlike high school times and core curriculums and colleges and everything. Like, you aren't required to be in any class that you don't want to be in, which is really relieving. So yeah, like I know everyone talks about the open curriculum, but it's literally the best part about Brown. Well, it's one of the best parts about Brown. I covered quirkiness, I covered open curriculum, but another thing I want to cover is also grade inflation. Brown is a big believer in students actually learning and students not feeling like they have to outcompete their classmates. Because here's the thing, you did enough to get into this Ivy League school. Why are you going to spend your entire 4 years at college basically competing with other students that are also super smart because they got into school obviously as well? So what Brown actually does is we do not curve our classes, unlike some other schools, cough Princeton. So like at other Ivy Leagues, like per se Princeton or something, you could walk into a chemistry class and they would tell you, okay, so the top 20% of students in this class get the A, because they have to limit like how many kids can get the A and everything. But at Brown, there's really no curve like that. Instead, this teacher decides at the beginning of the semester like what the points you have to get an A are, and if you get those points, you get the grade. It really encourages a collaborative environment because people are willing to help you out because they don't have to fear that you're gonna outcompete them on a test or do better than them and steal their A spot or whatever. So like in my class or something, my teacher could be like, okay, you need at least 90 points out of 100 to get this A. And that's that. Like it could adjust depending on curves and stuff, but it's not like constantly changing where I have to keep up with everyone else in my class. And honestly, I wouldn't be able to keep up with everyone else in my class. So that's really relieving too. And also along with that 90 out of 100 thing, Brown only has the grades A, B, and C. We do not do pluses, we do not do minuses. You cannot get a D in a class. If you fail a class, you can drop it and it will just disappear off your transcript and you can just try again. Like there are so many things in place to make sure that you're able to succeed and that if you actually want to learn something, you have the opportunity to. Like they're not here to penalize you and call you stupid or anything. Your grades are based on how much effort you put in and not how much effort other people put in. And another super awesome thing when it comes to grades and classes and everything is at Brown you can take any class you want, pass, fail. So for me, I could go take a class in the computer science department just because I randomly want to learn how to code or something. If I happen to do well in this class, I can get like a passing grade with distinction, which means it actually counts as an A. So honestly, if you're interested in something but you're too scared to like actually enter it in as a grade on your transcript and everything, you can still explore it, which is super cool. Additionally, you can change your grading options, I think, up until the first month or something, so you have some time to decide whether you hate the class, you want to take it pass fail, or if you want to drop it, period. Stuff like that. And also when it comes to deciding classes, we have the shopping period, which is beautiful. So you have 2 weeks to shop around classes and basically decide what you want to take. So unlike other schools where basically you sign up for your classes and those are classes you're going to be enrolled in the whole semester, for us, you sign up for like more than the classes you want to take, and then you go around and you shop them. So basically you drop into these classes, you still learn about them, you still have to keep up with the work, obviously, just in case you decide to take them. But if you do a class for a week and you just decide like, nah man, I hate this, or nah man, this teacher sucks at teaching, like something like that, like you can totally just not take it. And that's the beauty of the shopping period. It's meant to have you try things with no strings attached so you actually know what you actually want to take and what you want to devote time to study for. Also, just because I'm like literally all over the place because I'm always like this when I do tangents, another cool thing about Brown is you do not have a GPA. So I know you have to like calculate your GPA for like med school and like job applications and everything, but they don't technically calculate your GPA for you because they don't want to like stress you out and stuff. So yeah, another thing that makes Brown a win. Obviously, being a pre-med, I did not want to be in a super competitive environment, mostly because I was in a competitive environment in high school and like I'm a competitive person. I thrive with competition, but at the same time, like I wanted to change. I love being around people. I love collaborating with other people. And so I love the fact that I'm able to do that now and people aren't like out to get me or something or like hoping I fail secretly just because they don't want me to get a better grade in them in the class or whatever it is. So this grade inflation helps me as a pre-med because I need a good GPA obviously to apply to medical school. And also the collaborative environment helps me because me and my classmates are going to be learning things together and we're going to be supporting each other, hopefully. And that's just the environment it has, and it's especially good for pre-meds who already have the competition of like getting into med school and figuring their lives out and everything with these pre-med requisites, which are pretty hard. So Brown makes it a bit easier for you in that sense. So I honestly think Brown is one of the best schools that you can be a pre-med at. Like if I was a pre-med at like Princeton or Columbia or some hardcore school, I would not end up as a pre-med. I would honestly sell my soul to Wall Street or something because I wouldn't be able to keep up. Like maybe I could have gone to those schools and actually like succeeded or something. It just seems so improbable considering all the people I'd have to compete against and all that horrible stuff. Like I just, no. Like, Brown is literally named the chillest Ivy for a reason. Like, I mean, at first, when I was, like, in that state of mind where I didn't want to apply to Brown, I thought it was, like, the hippie Ivy, like I've said before, and I didn't think, like, it had the merit that the other Ivies do. But obviously, I was wrong. Brown still has that chill nature, but it still has, like, the academic rigor and everything. Like, you're still going to an Ivy League institution, but it's an institution where the teachers and your peers actually care about you, and not one where you're gonna, like, have to stress yourself out to compete against other kids and get in the top curve of your class. Also, as I mentioned before, Brown is the #1 school in the nation for undergraduate teaching as of right now. Out of all the colleges and universities, our undergraduate staff really cares about us, and they actually care about their jobs and they're passionate about what they want to teach, and it's super encouraging. And even in just the one class that I'm taking right now, like, I absolutely love it. Like, I know I have to write papers and read a bunch of pages of books, like 100 pages every week or something, which, like, honestly is light work or whatever. But, like, honestly, it's so interesting, and my teacher's always there to support me, and the TAs are too. And obviously, like, this could be applied to many other colleges, but it's just something that I'm experiencing, and I love it. Like, I don't feel as stressed as I thought I would. But at the same time, like, I'm also taking one course, so, like, come back to me in spring, and we'll see how that ends up going. Also, if you guys care about location or whatever, Providence is such a cute little small city, and I've had to do virtual tours because of Corona, and my parents not letting me go visit it because of Corona and the fact that I'd have to quarantine after going and everything, which really isn't worth it. So from what I've seen on pictures and YouTube videos, Providence is adorable, and there are tons of things that you can do there. And also, like, it's really close to other major cities. Like, a lot of Brown students go up to Boston for the weekends because it's like an hour away, or you can go to New York, which is 3 hours away, which is great because I can visit my sister. It's just really close to a lot of other East Coast cities, so the location's really nice. And it's also not one of those, like, overwhelming cities like New York City or Chicago or something like that. Like, it's a cute city. You still get the city vibes, but you don't get the overwhelming tourist vibes, so that's great. And, like, I can't really talk cons about Brown University just because, like, I haven't experienced it in full yet, or, like, a lot yet. But I will say it rains a lot in Providence, so I'm not looking forward to that, considering I straighten my hair a lot, and that's gonna be really problematic. And I also hate the smell of rain, little fun fact. But other than that, I think it'll be fine. But you know what? At the end of the day, I can talk about this open curriculum and this quirky nature and the collaboration and the inflated GPA and all that other cool stuff. But honestly, the real reason why I chose Brown is because Serena Vanderwoodson went there in Gossip Girl. Even though she dropped out and, like, didn't end up, like, actually going there and, like, graduating from there, like, she went there, so that's why it's an important school. Also, do I need to remind you that Emma Watson also went to Brown, which is also super cool and another reason why you should apply and go here? What about Jim from The Office? He also went here, also an important guy. Guys, if you don't already get the sense, like, I really like hyping up my school, and it's just, I've had a lot of school spirit, like, even in high school and everything, like, I've always had that school spirit. And I was always the one, like, cheering at student sections and stuff, even though the people around me wouldn't cheer, and then they claimed that they did. So, like, yeah, I'm really excited for the future when there's actually gonna be, like, football games and, like, school occasions and, like, tailgates and, like, things that actually are fun and involve people, because I miss people and I miss school. So, yeah. Honestly, I wish I could talk to you guys from a more, like, holistic sense and, like, actually talk about the negatives and the realistic things about Brown. But I obviously can't in this video. This video is more about telling you why I chose Brown out of the other schools I was accepted to. Like, I technically had a full ride to 2 other schools, but I'm still at Brown, and I'm confident that this is the right decision for me, and I'm really thankful to even have this opportunity. And I genuinely believe that everything happens for a reason. I think I'm gonna love it there, and I think I was meant to apply there, and I'm really glad that my dad forced me to, and I'm excited to see where it ends up in the future and how I end up doing. So yeah, stay tuned for next week, my next video, which I actually don't know what it's gonna be about yet. I might do a day in the life soon just because someone suggested that, and I don't know if people would actually watch it, but, like, if you'd watch it, comment down below. I think it would be fun just to document my day in, like, a cool fashion, because I feel like the only way that you guys know me is, like, me sitting here and just talking to you from this desk. Like, I don't really move around in my videos. I don't really do much because I'm just, like, spitting information. I don't need to do anything else. But, like, for those more interactive videos and, like, vlogs and stuff that I might start integrating into my channel, like, you'll get to see more of me. Like, also at the same time, I'm kind of worried because, like, what if people don't like vlogs? And my niche right now is college, obviously, and, like, college tips and college application stuff. But, like, I'm kind of scared to go out of that niche and see where it goes. So yeah, I don't know. We'll definitely have to see. I see myself expanding in the future, like once I get to college, and talking about pre-med life and talking about the Ivy League in general and like how it's going for me, and basically telling you guys the truth of what I'm facing over there. But that's all future stuff. So I mean, looking forward to it, but long ways away. But yeah, sorry about the giant ramble this video really was. Like honestly, I will say I was a little unprepared for this video. I've been super busy all week, but I wanted to put out a video because I do every single Monday. And I thought this would be an easy one because I could honestly just talk about this in my sleep. Like it's a set amount of reasons that I always explain to people. And once again, like I'm super happy I made this decision. Thank you guys for all the support, and I will hopefully see you next Monday unless something happens and I'm super stressed and I can't make a video or something. But I guarantee that I'll still end up making one anyways, even if it's total crap. But yeah, thanks for the support. Make sure to subscribe down below and DM me on Instagram if you have any questions. I might take a few days to reply to you because I take a while to get to my DMs because there are so many. But I love hearing from you guys and I love giving advice and all that stuff. That's basically what I'm here for. So yeah, lots of love.